I pinch myself every day that it's here, and then with each new piece of steel or each gondola that goes up, pinch. I mean, it's just something else.
Branson is definitely a family destination, and when you're looking for family entertainment and excitement, it's all happening right here at the Track Family Fun Parks. We've got the owner, Craig Westcott. I've had Julie Westcott on our Mid-South Viewpoint program in the past when I've been visiting Branson, but now we've got Craig.
That's right. So, yeah, she's my sister-in-law.
Oh, it's a sister-in-law?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
I know. It's hard to be related to her sometimes. No, she's great. Usually you have the right one on camera, there's no doubt.
Now, there's 5, I believe, parks here in Branson.
We have 3 locations, big locations on Highway 76, and then we actually have 1 off of Green Mountain Drive. So it's technically 4. We also have a kids park that we've called its own location before, but it's there at Track 3.
And Craig, what is the track philosophy? What's your purpose here, your mission statement, I guess?
Our vision is to build memorable family traditions. So for 35 years, 35-year anniversary was this past weekend, which is amazing. We see generations of people come here, and now grandkids are bringing their kids back when, and now those kids are the ones that, I mean, it's just really a neat deal. So our mission is to create unforgettable moments. And we do that with all sorts of rides and that sort of thing, but we just want to create an experience for our crew, but also for our guests for sure in the end, that they leave here smiling, having a great time, telling stories on the way home, all that sort of thing.
I did not realize that you guys have been here for 35 years, although we've been coming up to Branson now for years, and I think I've seen the track, Family Fun Park every time I come up, and you guys have just increased, as you mentioned, over the years.
Yep.
It's something that we're so excited to tell our Bot Radio Network listeners. I know you're excited. You just came off of this thing. It is the iconic Chicago Navy Pier Ferris wheel, and you guys just purchased it, and it's being installed. And when I pulled up, you and Julie were taking a little ride. And
we were testing her out a little bit.
What was it like?
Oh, it was amazing. Just hard to describe. And I mean, it was a little bit of a culmination of just the process that has taken place, frankly, since October, when we learned, of Chicago, their Navy Pier, putting up a brand new wheel. We basically got word first week of October. So, and the story goes so crazy from here, back to that date.
You mean, Craig, that this began since October of 2015, we're 2016 spring now?
Yes, that would be correct.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, that moment where we sat in that was just, I pinch myself every day that it's here, and then with each new piece of steel or each gondola that goes up, pinch. I mean, it's just something else. But sitting in there was just, it was kind of.
Now, when I just pulled up just now, was that your first time in there?
Yeah. I mean, we've sat in a gondola, but never when it went up and around.
To the top. So I actually snapped a picture on my iPhone when you and Julie went up. So I took your first time to be up in the very top.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you. Again, it's a long and winding story, but it's long but short. I mean, a lot of twists and turns and just a little bit of, leaps of faith on getting it here and needing variances and needing land and needing this and that.
I was wondering, city commissioners, would they say, what do you want to bring,
We had our first meeting with the Planning Development Department and told him what it was. And then we told him not only that it was a Ferris wheel, but what Ferris wheel it was. And he reacted about like all of us do. Like he just couldn't believe, like, it's a replica? No, it's the real one and that sort of thing. But then we basically had to get a variance of 50 feet in height because the ordinance is 100 feet. And it's 150 feet tall.
Okay, from the bottom to the top.
Correct.
Okay.
Technically just short of 150, basically.
Also, we want to say out with the old, in with the new. It has a brand new name for Branson.
The Branson Ferris wheel, yeah. We absolutely love its history. This Ferris wheel has been ridden by 17 million people almost over a 20-year period from 95 to 2015. We have heard, me personally, 1,000 stories already.
Something else I think is kind of unique for this Ferris wheel, Craig, is the fact that it speaks a foreign language electronically. I mean, it runs on the European, because it was designed over in Europe originally.
Yeah, so it's a Vekoma ride, and now Dutch Wheels, who we've been dealing with, is basically a division of Vekoma Rides. Vekoma Rides in our industry, amusements, attractions, is known big worldwide. I mean, huge roller coasters, and all those sorts of rides all over the place. So wheels are something they do, but now they've just kind of put it in a different division. But when this was manufactured, to be opened in '95, it was a Vekoma ride. So that team has been here 2 different times now, and really watching these guys work. And they were from, so it's a Dutch company. They were from Germany, Romania, and Poland. And then the electrician was from, he's Italian, but he lives in Belgium. I mean, it's crazy. It's truly international.
Yeah.
But these guys, it's like anybody in their industry where you admire their, their craft and how good they are at their craft. These guys, it was so amazing to watch. The head engineer for Dutch Wheels on this job has put together 150 Ferris wheels around the world and 350 roller coasters.
Wow.
So we obviously had the right people putting this thing together, and you could tell. You could just watch, and they were just so efficient. And this is an old ride, you know, and so they weren't the ones that put it up. Now, they did take it down in Chicago in October, November, so they were familiar with it. But, they had to, it wasn't like the new ones that they build now. So there were times they were welding up tools to make their job easier, and it was really fascinating.
Wow.
Fascinating.
Now, I know the standard operation procedure, or one of it when it was up in Chicago, was it continually rotates, and it does so at a pace where people can get on and off without it stopping, I believe.
That's correct. So it's going to be about a 7 to 7.5 minute rotation, and that is actually enough time for people to exit out of the gondola and people to enter into it. Much like a ski lift would be, or something like that.
Right.
So you're walking along on a sloped that we've engineered hopefully just right, so that people can walk and then just step in.
And what about how many revolutions, once you get your ticket and hop aboard, how many revolutions? You go one time?
We're going to do one.
Okay.
That's how Navy Pier ran it. There's other ways you can run it, which we could choose to do, and we, again, off the start, we really love the continuous. There's something about it always moving, you know.
Yeah, and I think 7.5 minutes is plenty of time to be on the ride.
It is.
Yeah.
It gives you a great view of Branson, the Ozark Mountain, phenomenal view. Better than any drone camera could have ever showed me. Just excellent view.
Something else is you talk about Branson brains being involved with some of the technical aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand one of the hay goods is actually help with the lighting for this.
That's correct. Yeah, it's been really neat pulling in locals here that have worked very well with the Dutch Wheels crew that I described. Yeah. Everybody had a big mutual respect for each other, but Michael Haygood and his special effects company. Michael actually got involved really early. We decided we needed to document this process. So Julie and I took off to Chicago with Michael and another film guy, and we've documented it. We pull into a truck marshaling yard at the big convention center up there where all this stuff's being stored.
Right.
And we documented, Michael was strapping GoPros on everything that the crane operators and everybody else would let him. And it's really created some really, really nice documentary work. But then through that, we just got to talking, and we had decided by this point we loved the vintage lighting of the Navy Pier wheel, but the maintenance that we were told about it just was an old system, just like anything. So we decided to switch that out. Plus, you get the LED factor; it's less power. They're more impressive. You can program them to do crazy things. And so Michael is like, "Hey, I'd love to get in on that action," basically.
Nice.
And so we had priced out some things, but to be able to use a local guy, local team that takes such pride in their work, that knows what they're doing, that we don't have to get on a call to wherever in the world and ask them for help. I mean, it'll bother Michael just as much as it'd bother me if one light's out, and he'll be like, and
No.
So, no, it's been really nice to get the local economy involved in this job.
Well, the documentary on the film you're talking about, will that be something to be available for the public as they come and hop on this Ferris wheel?
We're trying to figure out exactly how all we're going to use that. I mean, we've done a phase 1 where we actually showed, what happened in Chicago and how it got loaded, because it was 26 semis is what it took to get it here. 4 days of basically loading and then 4 of unloading. 10 container trucks that had gondolas and parts, and then 16 flatbeds that had all the different parts. 215 pieces of steel, I think. And so that was really fun to document what that looked like. And then we had cameras on this end as trucks pulled in. And so anyway, all that's available online right now. It's a kind of a phase 1.
Yeah.
And then we're going to create a second phase, and then we'll put it all together eventually, and we'll figure out how we use that. I mean, it's just a fun story to tell, and so we decided we were crazy if we didn't tell it.
You got to tell the story, and something this monumental, and I know it's going to mean a lot to Branson as the years move forward.
Yeah.
And we're glad that you let us spend some time with you here with Byron Radio, learn more about it.
Absolutely.
Now, tell us the website so folks can go, because there's going to be, I'm sure, a grand opening. When is that date set? Do you know yet?
Yes, that date is June 23rd. So that is it's a Thursday. It's 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Okay.
And I look over there right now, and there's a lot of work to do. But we've got our timeline in check, and it's all looking good.
So you feel good about the way things are moving forward?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
Like I said, Dutch Wheels worked very well with everybody, but then all of our local contractors, DeWitt and Associates, K&R Electric, and all those folks, they're doing a phenomenal job. And everybody's been working really hard. I mean, to get it open this summer when we needed to get it open to have the biggest impact, we needed it open as soon as possible. Everybody's been working 6 to 7 days a week, and
they're making it happen.
Yeah, and
that's nice.
And people are shocked, like you kind of were earlier when I say it was October, this past October, because it just has been a very quick process, and a very, in one sense, reactionary one, because we normally would plan something out a year in advance and start turning in plans the day after Labor Day, and this one did not happen like that. But I tell you, the entire story is just such a neat one. Neat for this area, neat for Branson. We're driving this thing, but we very much feel like we are as a passenger in this ride that's wild.
That's great.
And so it feels really, really neat. We're excited.
Well, I can't wait to come back to Branson and hop on.
Yeah.
And again, the Branson Ferris wheel here, and of course, Track Family Fun Parks. Any of the locations in Branson area. How can we find out more information at the website?
The website, so it's bransontracks.com. And if you want to get on any social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, you just add /Branson Tracks after any of those social media. Of course, you can get to all that from our website. Okay. But bransontracks.com can get you anywhere you need to go. And we definitely have been doing some fun documentary videos we call What's Up Wednesday that we've been talking to the painters, the electricians, about this process, and it's been really fun. So,
hey, Craig Westcott, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing the Branson Ferris wheel to Branson.
Well, we're glad it's here.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, thanks for joining us for this edition of our Mid-South Viewpoint program as we on location here in Branson, having a great time, a family fun place right here at the tracks. You don't want to miss it, especially to ride this big thing coming up on June 21st. It's going to be a wonderful experience here in Branson.